welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider. I'm Jeff Brightwell, joined by Natalie Poole. And Coach, before we started, we talked about there's no more fun thing I know than a spring sports coach, especially softball or baseball, than getting to sit around and watch it rain like it did the last day and a half.
Oh yeah, it came down pretty good, much more than what we thought it was going to. We knew it might be questionable, the game with Central Arkansas, but we got a ton of rain yesterday and it just didn't stop. So, yep, that's just kind of what we do.
I know coming off the opening weekend series at USF, you would have liked to get right back on the field and play, but as you talked about, even with UCA having turf, it's still slick out there, and if it's raining at the time you're playing, there's always a risk for an unnecessary risk for some injury. So probably the smart play was made to go to April 27th.
Absolutely. I think that it was definitely a smart move. We want to be careful so that way we can protect our conference games and not get anybody hurt. And their coach felt the same. And, I trusted that. And I think whatever we got came from them. And so it was definitely something that we just kind of took in, and we just worked on a few specific things yesterday that we felt like would help us.
You went down to Tampa to play USF over the weekend, and that's always a rough place to play. They're always a contender to play for the league title.
They are. USF is definitely very, very reputable. They've got some good pitching, and in Cork, she's kind of been nationally recognized a little bit, and so and she's really good at what she does, and so she was definitely a tough contender for us. And I definitely felt like we adjusted a little bit better from our first performance against her Friday. I think we had maybe like 11 strikeouts, which she averages about 2 an inning. And so we were under that, but in this last game that we played against her, we only had 4. And so I felt like we adjusted better, made better contact. She does a great job of changing speeds, and then just does a good job of throwing the ball, moves it well through the zone. And so it was tough. We definitely hurt our own selves during the weekend at times too. We could have pitched better, and we also could have played better defense. Some of the defensive mistakes that we made cost us pretty big. And so there were definitely moments where we underperformed.
When you look at this week now, after the rain out yesterday, I guess you look at it as an opportunity to just, whether it's the indoor or if you're able to get outdoors, you will by this weekend, obviously not sure about today, we'll see. But do you look at it as an opportunity? Okay, let's go internally here and let's really go back to fundamentals or go back to what we need to work on here, because it's only 4 games into the league season. There's still a lot of time left in the league season, but I know it's a chance maybe to correct a few things going forward.
Absolutely. I think that the hard thing about those weekends is that the 4 games can fly by in an instant. So like if you don't adjust well as the series goes on, the series is in and out before you know it. And so even though I know that Wichita is going to be a good hitting team that we're going to face, I still think that for us, like, we got to go out and play routine defense, catches and throws, and that kind of thing. And so for us, in practice today, that's what we're going to be about. We're going to be working on positional work, some executions of some defensive stuff that we should be able to make every day. And actually, we do make it every day at practice, and just kind of work on some of those things, putting some pressure on our defense a little bit. And then from an offensive standpoint, just doing some things to change speeds and try to show them a little bit about what they're going to see over the weekend. And that, to me, when you only have like basically 2 days to flip it, and we, would have been nice to see some live pitching yesterday in the game. And we had hoped that even staying home, since we weren't going to play, maybe we could practice and do some live. And then that got messed up because of the rain. And so, so today we'll just kind of go to work on and do the best we can in making some quick adjustments in a short period of time, so we can go into the weekend and do what we need to do better. And, and it's not something, Jeff, like I said, that we haven't done or prepared for. We just have to perform it.
Mm-hmm. Well, finally, what do you see out of Wichita? I know you just mentioned they put the ball in play. They're going to make the defense work. But what do you see out of Wichita State this year?
Mm-hmm. They've got some, some mature pitching. I think that they've got some experience on the mound. Their number 1 pitcher, she's doing a great job for them. And so I expect her to be tough to get past. She changes speeds and planes a lot. And then from there, like I said, I think that they're a good offensive team. I think that they're going to come and swing the bat. They've got some good power numbers. So for us, it's just keeping the ball in the park and, giving us some opportunities to play the ball the way that we need to and then execute it.
And one more thing, I know that was going to be the final thing, but getting to play a 4-game series at home. Everyone's playing the 4 games this year, but it's almost like the amount of games you play when you host a tournament. It probably really does favor the home team. It's just a little bit more familiar setting, as you mentioned. When you've got to play 28 innings over the weekend, it's nice to have some familiarity.
Yeah, it definitely is. And especially like when you're playing the same team, playing the same team, there's just nothing that you are going to do that you can hide from your opponent. Like they're going to see every pitcher, they're going to see everything that you do offensively, your adjustments that you make and all that. And so it's definitely nice to be able to play that series at home.
All right, Coach, looking forward to seeing you this weekend. Thanks for taking some time.
Thanks so much.
Natalie Poole, I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.